Hi, and welcome to this Getresponse tutorial for beginners. So in this tutorial, you're going to learn how to use Getresponse for your email marketing and marketing automation features that are available in Getresponse. So maybe you've just created a new Getresponse account. You've just created a new Getresponse account and you just feel inundated with all these features. You don't know where to start, you don't know what to do, and you may feel discouraged. But don't feel like that, because by the end of this tutorial, you're going to learn how you can use these features and you're going to see how you can utilize each of them in your email marketing agenda. So the first thing we'll do, we'll create a new account. If you don't have an account, if you already have an account, go ahead and log into your account. Just click there to log in. If you don't have an account, you will need to sign up, and that's what I'll do in the next video. I'm going to sign up. So what you need to know is that by the end of this tutorial, you're going to know how you can work with these marketing features and you will be able to utilize them in your marketing tasks using Getresponse. So I will see you in the next video when we sign up for a new Getresponse account. So I will see you then. Okay, so the first thing, you need to create an account and just click here on sign up free to get a free trial for 30 days. So you're going to get a trial that will allow you to work with Getresponse for 30 days and you'll get access to all the features. And after that, if you want to upgrade, you can upgrade. So fill in all these details and then click on create account. So as for the password, make sure it's a strong password, and a strong password will have at least 8 characters, mix letters and numbers, mix lower and uppercase, and you can use special characters. So an example of a strong password would be something like this. You can see this password has a capital letter, it has a number, and it has special characters. So you can use something like this and it will be a strong password. Of course, don't use this, use a different one, and just think in these lines. Like for this one, for the letter A, you can use a number, and A looks like 4. So just think in these lines and you're going to get yourself a strong password, okay? So once you fill in all the details, just click on create account. Okay, that's not the end of it. You still need to go to your email and confirm your email address. So just log into your Gmail account or whichever email you used, and then you can click activate my account. So go ahead and fill in all these details, and once you're done, just click on take me to my account. So fill in all this information and click on take me to my account. So if you want to upgrade now, you can go ahead and upgrade your plan right now, but you don't want to do that. So I'll just close that, and you can take a tour, but you don't need a tour because that's what I'll be doing in this Getresponse tutorial. So I'll just click on let me check it out on my own. All right, so you can see with a free trial, you get 30 days and you can use Getresponse for 30 days, get access to all the features, and then you can decide if you want to upgrade after that. I think that's a really nice way for you to try Getresponse and just decide if you want to upgrade your account. That's it for this video. In the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and then we're going to have a brief overview of this Getresponse dashboard, and we're going to see, and I'm going to talk about what each of this does and what they're all about. So I will see you in the next video. In this video, let's do an overview of the Getresponse dashboard. So once you log in and you create your account, this is where you're going to end up. You may not know what to do. So in this video, let's have a brief overview of the Getresponse dashboard. But before we do that, let's look at the current pricing, because you're going to see that you can upgrade your account and the pricing options that you have are this, okay? So just go to Getresponse and you can click on pricing and you will see the pricing options that you have here and all the features that each of them come with. So if you look here, you'll see that we have quick links that you can use to create a form, create newsletters and landing pages and so much more. And if you want to add anything here, you can just click there and you can add. There can be a maximum of 5. So if you don't want any, you can remove, maybe create a form and add a different one, and then click on save. Here you can get help with Getresponse. You can click here to sign up for the free webinar that will show you how to use some various features and you can join a beginner course. You can browse the resources, and if you need any help, you can always contact Getresponse. And if you need to add any widget here, you can click here to add a widget, and you can choose any of these widgets and you can add them. Maybe you want to see your list statistics, you just click there and you'll add statistics. You can show for all time, or you can choose for a certain period, and I'll just click there, save. And once you do that, you'll see you'll have your list stats here. You can move these ones around if you want to. If you want this one to be up here, you can bring it there. So you can change your dashboard however you want. So let me just remove this widget because I want mine to look like yours. And if you come here, you're going to see all the communication tools and the growth tools that you have. The email marketing, this is where you will be able to create emails that you can send to your list. And autoresponders, these are emails that you send on specific days, and you're going to see how to work with this. So autoresponders, these are automatic emails that you can send when certain conditions are met, and you're going to see how you can create this. If you want to work with automations, you'll see how you can work with automations. Automations basically are a way for you to automate your email marketing. If you want to put your email marketing on autopilot, you're going to see how you can automate this so that you don't have to write emails all the time that you want to send them. And you can set up webinars for your lists. You can use the CRM feature in Getresponse. You can use autofunnels. You're going to see what autofunnels are. This is just a way for you to collect emails and then maybe sell something to them, or collect more emails and then communicate with them. You're going to see about this when we get there. And then you're also going to see how to work with landing pages. If you want to see how you can create landing pages, forms and surveys, we'll look at some forms that you can use. If you want to set up ads, then you'll see how to do that, but I'm not going to look at this. And then if you want to sell digital product, courses, services, you're going to see how you can set up a store. This is a new feature in Getresponse, and you may want to use it, you may not want to use it. It doesn't really matter, but I'm just going to show you how you can set it up. And then files and images, this is where you can store your images. Maybe you want to sell digital downloads and you have an ebook that you want to sell. You can upload the ebook there, and then you can create a store, and the product will be a downloadable product, and you can choose the product that you uploaded there. And then under integrations and APIs, maybe you want to integrate Getresponse with Shopify, you want to integrate Getresponse with WooCommerce. You're going to see the integration options that we have here. And mobile apps, if you want to take Getresponse features to your mobile app, you can see some of the features that you will get once you download the app. So let's say you leave the Getresponse welcome page, welcome dashboard page, and you want to go back. If you want to go back, you can just click here on the Getresponse icon, and that will take you back to the dashboard. And up here, you'll also see that we have lists. So lists are where your contacts will be, and you can have multiple lists. You can create a new list. And for Getresponse, everything will work with a list. Whether it's an automation, you will have to connect it to a list. Whether it's an email, it has to work with a list. Whether it's a form, that form will have to send the subscribers to a certain list. Whether it's a survey, the survey will have to send the subscribers to a specific list. So the list will house your subscribers, and you can create as many as you want to. You can add contacts to your list and so much more here. And then reports, you can look at reports, and under reports, you can just see the analytics of things that are happening in your Getresponse account. So if you have newsletters that you've sent, you can see how they're performing. If you have all these other things here that have already been set up, you can see how they are performing. All right. And we're going to see all this at some point in this Getresponse tutorial. And then if you have email drafts or any other drafts that you've created, you can find them here. Right now, we don't have any drafts, but I'll show you how you can set up these drafts so that if you need to use them in your automations, you need to use them in your email newsletters, you'll see how you can just pick one and use that. And Here we have an option that allows you to quickly create a newsletter or create a landing page, or you can create an autoresponder. You can create a form. All this, we're going to see them at some point. And then finally here under accounts, we have some important things in accounts that I need to talk about. If you want to upgrade your account, you've seen the prices, the pricing, and you can just click there to upgrade your account. If you want to join the affiliate program, you can join the affiliate program. And if you want to add team members to your Getresponse account, you can do that as well. But this is only available in certain packages. It's not available in all the Getresponse packages. And then if you click here to manage accounts, there are certain things that I want to show you here. For example, if you want to add a domain, so if you want to add domains for your landing pages, when you create landing pages, you can connect them with your domains. All right. So I'm going to show you how you can set this up when we get to that point. What else is important here? You can look at the login history. If you suspect that maybe you give access to somebody and they logged into your account at some point, you can come here. You can come here and look at the login history just to see when they logged in. So that's pretty much it for this Getresponse dashboard overview. In the next video, let's just get started, and we are going to start by looking at lists, and we're going to see how you can create and add contacts to your Getresponse account. In the last video, I did an overview of the Getresponse dashboard. If you didn't watch that video, go back and watch it. In this video, let's talk about Getresponse lists. Lists are where your subscribers will be. So everything in Getresponse is connected to a list. If you create a form, if you create a sign-up form, it will be connected to a list. If you create an email newsletter, you create an automation, a landing page, a survey, a webinar, everything is connected to a list. If you know about lists and you already have contacts, you can just click here to add contacts manually, or you can upload your contacts. Maybe you're moving from a different platform. You can just click here and upload your contacts, and you're going to see how to do that. But first, let's just click here on lists. So if you want to see all the lists that you have, you'll just click here on lists. So here you can see that currently I have one list, and this is the default list, which was created when my account was created. So you can create as many lists as you want to here on Getresponse. And you can also see that since I just created a free trial account, I have a limitation of 1,000 contacts. So I can add up to 1,000 subscribers in all my lists. So let's say you're an agency, you're a marketing agency, and you are in charge of email marketing for different businesses. You can create multiple lists for the different businesses and use that for those businesses. So if you want to create and send email newsletters for those businesses, you'll just connect them to those particular lists. And if you want to create a new list, you can just click here to create a list, and we can create a list. Let's call it, and you can create. Okay, so it needs to be small letters. Your list. You can create another one. Maybe this is one business, you have another business. You can just create different lists for all of them. Or if this is just a Getresponse marketing account for you, then you can create different lists for different functions. So maybe one is for suppliers, another one is for buyers. You know how your business works. You can create lists based on the different subscribers that you have in your business. And if you want to quickly add new contacts, you can just click here, add contact. So once you're here, you see, if you want to add a contact, you have to choose where you want the contacts to be. And you can add one by one. If you look at that, you can add one by one, or you can upload a file. So maybe you're moving from a different marketing platform. You can upload a file from here. Each of these marketing platforms has a way for you to export the lists. So maybe you're from MailChimp, you can export your lists from MailChimp, and then you come here and you upload it. Okay, so you can also add one by one. So just put in the email address, the name, and you can also assign custom fields. So these are other fields that you can add. Maybe you have the websites for the subscribers, and you have to confirm that you have permission to send marketing messages to these subscribers. You have to confirm that there. And once you do that, you can click to add contact, and it will be added to the list that you choose here. Or you can upload. you can upload a file, and you can upload these types of files, CSV, all this. Okay, if you export it from a different marketing platform, you can just come here and you can drag it in, or you can select it from your computer. You can also connect these services. If any of these services have contacts that you want to import into Getresponse, you can do that as well. You can also paste from a file. So you would paste one line there, email address, name, and anything else. Maybe email address, and then Peter, and then the website there maybe is bizanosa.com. And then the second one on a different line. So you'll put one on one line, another line, and once you have all of them here, you can just click next. Okay, and whichever you choose here, whether it's to upload a file, you have to decide whether you want to add and update, or you only want to add new ones. So if someone is already in the list, they will be updated if you choose this. If you only want to add new people, any email address which is already in your list will not be added. And if you only want to update existing, then you will update existing, and any new email addresses will not get added. And you can also migrate a list. So if you choose any of this, you can add your CSV here. You'll just drag the CSV here from MailChimp, and you can export your list from MailChimp, and then you just come in here and you select a file from your computer. So that's pretty much an overview of lists. And in this video, what we've said is that you can create multiple lists in your Getresponse. And we've also said that everything in Getresponse is connected to a list. So if you come here and you want to create a new email and send out an email, you have to choose the list that you want to send it to. If you want to set up an automation that sends automatic emails, you have to choose a list that you want to do that for. If you want to invite people to a webinar, then you have to choose a list that you want to invite people from, and CRM as well, autofunnels as well, landing pages. You are creating a landing page, you have to connect the form on the landing page to a list. Okay, so that's it for this video. I will see you in the next one. In this video, let's see how we can add contacts to our lists, and I'm going to choose this list. So if you're not already here, you can just come up here and click on lists, and that will bring you here, and it will show you all your lists. Okay, so let's click this, and when you click on that, it will show you all your contacts. If you have any subscribers, they will be shown there. So I can click to add a contact, and let's start by selecting a list. So you have to choose where you want to add your contact. So in this video, let's first of all add our contact one by one. So we're going to add one email address, and then we're going to add a second one by uploading a file. So the first one, let's say we want to add an email here. And you can give it a name, and then give it a name, and then website. Maybe they don't have a website, so I will just click there and I will add contact. And the next one, now let's say we want to import a list, and I will click here to upload, and I can choose a file. Let's see if I have a CSV sample that I can use. If I go to my desktop, do I have anything? Oh yeah, I have this one. I can use this one. And once I put it there, ready for upload, add and update existing, and then I'll just click here, I have permission, and then I will click next. For this one, I'll just click got it, and then you see now this is a list from a different platform, and you can assign a field to anything that is not in Getresponse already. So right now you see we have an email and we have a first name, and for this we can add the business. We can add the business name there. We can assign a field. We can assign a field to that. So this is a business name. If you want to assign a field which is already here, just scroll through all this which are here already. And if there's no field, like you can see for this one, there's no business. I haven't seen anything like business. So what you do in this case, you'll just click here to create a custom field. And then we can call this business name. And then for this, you add a custom value. Let's see if it will accept the capital letters. So you can say that for this one, we need to give this one small letters. When you're adding contacts, this is a name that you'll see in the custom fields area, and I'm going to show you where this is. So this is the one that will be shown on the form at the very top. I'm going to show you where this one is as well. So the custom field name, this is the one that Getresponse will recognize, and the business name, this is the one that you can look at and know what the field is about. So if I click on save, okay, so I believe the field has been created. You can see this is the value name. And now you can choose it from here. All right, we've already chosen it. So if you have anything that is not in the list here, you can just create it as a custom field. And you've seen how to do that. You just give it a custom name. So this needs to be small letters, and you can use underscores. And this is a name that you'll recognize. So any of this, if I want to add them, I can add these ones as well. If I want to skip anything, I can just click there to skip, don't import. If I want to add this as a URL, you'll see it will be added there as a URL. And any of these other fields, if I don't want to import them, I can just say skip, don't import. Skip, don't import. I can see that there are so many others here that I don't want to import. I just scroll down and I can click here to skip columns marked with that. Okay, so these columns that are marked with this, I can skip them. Skip those and then import. Once you do that, you just wait for Getresponse to confirm the email addresses, the validity of the email addresses, and then you can check back and start communicating with your new subscribers. All right, so that's how easy it is to import new subscribers into your Getresponse account. You'll just come under lists and you'll click on add contacts, and then you'll select a list and you can add one by one. If you're only adding a few people, you can add one by one. If you have a file that you've exported from a different platform, then you can just click here to upload a file, or you can connect to any of these services. You can paste from a file. You can also migrate your list, but this is just almost the same as this. So that's pretty much it for this video. In this video, you've seen how you can add a contact one by one, or you can upload your contacts to your Getresponse list. And that's all we wanted to do in this video. So I will see you in the next video. And in the next video, since we have lists here, we can just come in here and we can start looking at forms. So I will start by forms. And if you want to create a sign-up form, make sure you watch the next video, because we're going to see how you can create a sign-up form and then use it to collect subscribers. I will see you in the next video. Hi, and welcome back to this video. In the last video, we talked about Getresponse lists, and you saw how to add new subscribers on your list, how you can import contacts into your list. In this video, let's talk about forms. Now, forms are the sign-up forms that you use to collect subscribers. So you can use these forms on your website. You can also just use them on Getresponse. So even if you don't have a website, you can still collect subscribers just by sharing the link of the form once you create it. And I'm going to show you how you can do all this in Getresponse. So let's start by clicking on forms. You can go straight ahead and start creating forms by clicking on this button, or you can come here under forms and surveys. If you see this, it just means that you don't have any forms yet, and you see you can create a form or you can create a survey. So I'm going to click on create form. So here you can see that we have different types of forms. you can create different types of forms in Getresponse. So we have the list builder apps. These are templates that you can just click on and you can start editing the template. And once you're done editing, you can share the link or you can embed it on a web page on your website. We also have this called list builder apps, and these are also forms that you can create. So you can see these are specialized forms. If you want to create an exit pop-up, you want to create maybe a download box, you want a form that shakes, and you want any of these other forms. So if you want any of this, you can create them and then you can embed them wherever you want to embed them. We are going to look at some of these as examples just to see how to work with them. And we also have plain HTML. So maybe you just want to create a form that you can take the code and style it on your own. Maybe you want to paste it on a website that you're building and you want to style it on your own. So this is something for advanced HTML and CSS users. If you have HTML and CSS skills, then you can take this code and then put it on a web page. Maybe you're building a landing page with HTML and CSS and you just want something that is simple like this. You will take this, put it on the web page, and you can style it however you want. And then we also have integration. So if you want to integrate Getresponse, you want to add a sign-up form on your Facebook page, you can do that as well. If your page is more than 2,000 subscribers, you can add a Facebook form and you can download a WordPress plugin and embed it and add forms, and you'll get various Getresponse features using the WordPress plugin. If you use PrestaShop to run your e-commerce website, then you will also get a module that you can use. Joomla, WooCommerce, and Drupal, any of this, if you use them, you can get the integration plugins, and this will give you various functionalities that you can do with Getresponse. So once you connect them, once you integrate them with Getresponse, you'll be able to create forms. Some of these you can send subscribers to your Getresponse lists and so much more. So we're going to look at WordPress and Facebook in this example once we get here. So the first one we'll start with will be list builder apps. And so in the next video, I'm just going to choose any one of these, and then we're going to see how we can edit this form so that it matches our branding. And then after that, we're going to see how we can share the link, and we're going to see how we can embed this on a WordPress website if we have a WordPress website. So I will see you in that next video. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Hi and welcome back. In this video, let's continue on working with forms, and in this video we're going to create our first Getresponse form. So if you're not already on this page, what you can do is you'll just come here and under create, you can click on create form, and that's going to land you on this page. So once you get here, we are under list builder wizard. So here you can see that we have different templates. If you want a template that may be geared towards something specific, like maybe you have a free course sign up, you can just click there and you'll see some of the templates that Getresponse has for you. So you can just choose one of these and then you can edit it as much as you want to. And if you want a form that is of a different size, some are squares, some are rectangles. And if you want a form that maybe is long, you can see you can get a form which is long. If you want a form which is wide, maybe you want a form that is wide for your top page, you have all that here. You can choose any of these templates and you can use any one of these, right? Maybe you want something you can put on your WordPress footer. This is an example of something that you can put on a footer, or you can put it on your web page, right? So let's just choose an example here, and I'm going to choose square. Let me choose a square, a template which is square, and free course sign up. Oh yeah, sure, let's just choose a free course sign up, and let me see which example I can use here. Okay, I will choose this example. So just click to use the template. So once you get here, you can design your template. All right, you can design all these fields. Okay, if you just double click on that, you can change this. So if you want to change the text up there, you can just click there, and when you see the cursor, you can start editing. You can expand this, and you just click on anything and you see you can increase the size of any box inside here, and then this one as well. Just drag it, just click on it and drag it. And if you want to drag it so that it can be at the middle, just let it give you this red line. You see that red line? That's going to align it in the middle of the entire form. And let's do the same for this one. We want it to be aligned in the entire form. So just find the red line there, and that's going to align it for us. This, let's say you want to edit these ones as well. You can increase the width. And just use the blue lines to make sure that everything is aligned correctly. Okay, you want to make sure that all these elements are correctly aligned, and that's very easy to do in Getresponse. You just follow the blue line, so you can see the blue line has connected the two. So maybe I don't want this. Okay, so if I don't want this, I can click here to delete it. I want to make this one also to be completely full, and I can drag it up. Okay, so I have male and I have first name. And if you want to add any other field, okay, you see here, if you just click on any of these fields, you see you have an option to add a field. So maybe you want to add the URL. So just drag it in there and you can add it, and you'll have that in there. But I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to bring this one up again, and I'm going to reduce the height of the form. So you can add a field. You've seen how you can do that. Just drag something in there. And if you want to add anything from here as well, you can do that. Maybe you want to add an image, right? Maybe it's a big form and you want to add an image. Okay, so if it was a big form, I could have added the image, and I can also just add as a part of the image like that. Okay, I can just add a part of the image like that. If you want to remove it, just click on it and click on remove. All right, so let's add the image again. So let's say I want to add the image there, and I want to push it to the back. I can push it further, and when I keep pushing it, you see that it is now at the very bottom of our form. Okay, so if you want to add an image, you can do that, and you can also push it. If you want to bring it to the front, you can do that. You can take it to the back so that it can be at the foreground of your form. You can add any of these other elements, okay? Just play around with them. Maybe you want to add some text under this. You can do that as well. Add a text. Maybe you're telling people to subscribe. You're encouraging them to subscribe. You can add a small text there, or you can add it at the. You can add some terms and conditions down there. And if you want it to link somewhere, just add a link in there. You can add a link. So let's say that's all we want to do for our form. Maybe you want to change other things on your form. So all these elements you can change. If you want to change the label, you can see this. The label for this is email. So if you want to change it, maybe you can say email address. And you can change the position of the label and it will be shown there. If you don't want the label to be shown, you can just click inside and it won't show the label. And the placeholder, this is what you see inside here. So if you want to change the placeholder, you can change that as well. And you can change the placeholder for this one as well if you want to. All that you will find under layout. Under the layout settings, you can change all those. And you can make a field required or not required, but since email address is the most important thing in Getresponse, email address will have to be required. And then first name, you can choose to make it required or not. I will make it required. And then you can change the overall style of your form. You can change the fonts of anything that you choose. Anything that you choose, you can change its font size. Just select it and then change the font size. If you want to add a text shadow, you can do that. I'm not going to add any text shadow. You can also change the font. If you want to change the font, you can change the font for any text that you have on your form. So these are things that you can test and just play around with. And if you want to add a link on any text, just select the text and then come down here, add the URL. Okay, make sure it's something that's got HTTP in it. All right. Make sure that the link that you add has something like that in it. Let's click on it once again and then we'll go back to style. So that's pretty much all you can change on the form. And if you click here, any element that you click on, you can change the style. So if you want to change the background color, just click on that, come on to style, and then the background, you can choose an image or you can use a solid color. Okay, all this you can change on your form. All right. And this one also, if you click on it and you come under style, you can change the color of the elements which are inside there. So the input color, this is a color that is a color that is seen in there. Right? So if you want to change that color, you can do that as well. But you're going to use white, okay? The input color. You can add a border to these forms if you want to. So you can see there are lots of different features here, and just feel free to play around with them to see what each and everything does, okay? So for me, I'm going to assume that this is a form that I want to create, and I'm just going to go into settings. You can also go into settings here. And once you go into settings, you can change the form name. And then you can choose a list. So if this is a form for a certain business, you can choose this list there. And then confirmed opt-in. If you want people to confirm before they're actually subscribed into your list, you can do that there. And you can add to a cycle. So once you create autoresponders, you can add them to a cycle on that autoresponder if you already have autoresponders. And you can choose how you want the form to behave once people subscribe. If they subscribe, do you want them to stay on this page, or do you want them to go to a custom page? You can just add a link in there. So you can just add a link in there. So when they subscribe, they will be taken to this page if you choose custom, or you can just choose to stay on page. So if someone is already subscribed and they try to subscribe again, what do you want them to do? What do you want to happen? Okay. Do you want to take them to a different link, or do you want them to stay on the page? So you can choose a custom link, maybe a page that tells them that you're already subscribed, and then you add the link there. So you can also add a reCAPTCHA to avoid spam. So you can track, okay? If you create custom fields, you can track them here. So if you want to track, you can add a custom value that will be used to track those fields. So this will let you know where the sign up came from, and you can use this in your Getresponse. But we don't want to track with custom fields, so only use this if you know what it does, and you can use this to track various forms on your website. If you have different forms, you can track them. Just add a custom value here for tracking. Maybe you can say for WordPress. So we leave these ones at default. We don't have to change anything. And once you make all the changes, make sure you click on save. And now your form is ready for publishing, okay? You'll just click here. So I can publish the form. Once you click on publish, you have different options here. You can install the form on your own, okay? So you can copy this. And let me just add it. Let me paste the link in there. Or you can send it to your web designer. If you have a web designer, you can put the email address there and then send them. Just write a message here. Please add this form on my website. With all the instructions that you want to add, you'll add here. And they will receive this message along with the JavaScript that you've seen here. Or if you don't have a website, you can just come here, click on Getresponse will host my form, and then you'll copy this link. And if you go to a new page and you paste and go, you'll see your form is hosted on Getresponse, okay? So of course you can change the settings of this. So that's just an example of how you can create your form. So for us, we are going to click on, I will install the form myself, and then I'll copy this, and I'm going to use this in the next video to add this form to our WordPress website. So I will see you in the next video. If this video has been long, I hope it has been extremely helpful, and I wanted to do everything in one video to help you understand how you can create your Getresponse form. So in the next video, join me to see how you can embed the form on your WordPress website. I will see you then. Hi and welcome back. So in the last video, you saw how to design your Getresponse form, and we say that once you're done with the design and you publish the form, you can take this code and embed the form on your website. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can embed it on our WordPress website. So if you want to use this form on Getresponse, maybe you don't have a website, you can just click here and you can share this link on social media or with your email list or anywhere else, all right? You can just share this link, and when people click on it, it will take them to Getresponse, and they will be able to sign up on your form on Getresponse. So just take this link and put it on the browser, and you'll see it shows you your form. So for me, I will install this on my WordPress site. So I will copy there. And if you don't have the skills to do this on your own, you can send it to your web designer. Maybe you hire somebody on Fiverr and they give you the email address. You just put their email address there, and then you can send them the instructions there. And then once you click on send message, it will send them this code along with your message. So for me, I'm here on my WordPress sample website, and I want to add the form that I've just created. I want to add it here. So what I will do is I will log into the site, and I want to add it here on the widget, on the widget section. So this is a sidebar. So in WordPress, if you want to add something on the widget, you can just come here. If you're on the front end and you're already logged in, you can go into widgets, or you can go into customize. But the easiest way for me, I always find, is to use this. So I just click there to go to widgets. And if you don't have this sidebar up here, this top bar, you'll just come in here and go under appearance, and you can go into widgets. Okay, this will bring you in the same location where we are now. So if you want to add the code from Getresponse, copy the code, and then you see custom HTML. This is a widget that we want to add, and we want to add it on the blog sidebar. So depending on the theme that you're using in WordPress, you will have different sidebars, and they may have different names from the one that I'm using. Okay, so just choose where you want to add it, and in WordPress 5 you can just click here to click the widget where you want to add it, the location where you want to add the widget, and then you can click add widget, or you can just do it the old way by dragging an element, and I want to drag it and put it at the very top. Okay, and once I'm here, I'll just paste that, and I don't have to add a title, but you can add a title for your form. So once I save this, if I come back to the front end and I reload the web page, you'll see our form has been added here. Okay, so that's one way you can add it on the WordPress sidebar, or if you want to add it also on the footer, you can do that as well. So as I said, it all depends on the widgets that you have on your WordPress theme. Themes are built differently. Maybe you create a different form. You can copy the link and then come down here, paste the code, click on save, and if you come back and reload, you'll have your form there, and you'll also have the other form here. So one thing you need to note is that this form is pretty wide. So if you're building a form that you want to put on your WordPress sidebar, make sure that the length corresponds to your sidebar. Okay, make sure you do this, and I showed you how you can reduce the width and the sizes of elements on your form. So wherever you want to put your form, always know how you want to put it. Okay, always know where you want to put it so that you can build the width and the height to match where you want to put it. So let's say you also want to put this form on your web page. Maybe you want to create a new page and call it sign up. Let's see how you can do that in WordPress. So I'll just come here and I'll create a new page. I will call the page sign up. And I can write something here just to let people know why they're signing up. So just entice it and let people know why they should sign up. Sign up so that you can get a free ebook. Sign up so you can get a free course, something like that. Just tell them why they should sign up. Once you've done this, you can add another block. So I'll just click there to add a block, and I want to look for HTML. Okay, so this allows you to add custom HTML. So this will enable us to add. Okay, we want it below that one. So just drag it down until you see the blue line. And then you can write your HTML in there. Paste the HTML that you copy from. This is a code that you copy from Getresponse. And then we'll click publish. Okay, so once the page is published, let's click here to view the page. And you'll see that there's your page. So this is how the pages are on this theme, but for your theme maybe they're different, and that's what you can have here. So let's say that you want to add it on a post that already exists. What are you going to do? So let's come back here and let's find a post. So I can click to edit this post. So if I want to add the form here, I can just click to add a block, but since I've used this in the past, you can see it's here. So I'll just click there and I will paste my code. And if I update, you can view the post and you'll see that the form is within your post. So that's how you can add the form on WordPress. If you want to add it on a sidebar, if you want to add it on a post, on a page, you've seen how you can do that on WordPress. So just come here, paste the code, and then put it on your WordPress web page. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Welcome back. In the last video, I showed you how you can add the Getresponse form on your WordPress sidebar, on the WordPress footer, and on a WordPress page, as well as on a WordPress post. So if you want to do the same thing on Shopify, that's what we're going to do in this video. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can add your form on Shopify. I already have the code for the form. I will copy it once again, and then I will go into Shopify. So I have a sample store here on my Shopify partners account. So log into your Shopify store, and if you're not already on this page, click on online store here. Okay, once you click on online store, you will be on the same page as me, and the first thing we want to do is we want to add it on the front page. So let me just click here on customize. Once you're on this page, so you can see this is a theme that I'm using, but if you're using a different theme, the functionality will always just be the same as this. Okay, if anything is different, it won't be too deviated from this. So what I want to do is, you can see this is just a sample store. So what I want to do is I want to add the Getresponse form down here. So what I will do is I will click down here to add a section. So you can see these are all the elements that you can add on your web page. So I will click custom HTML, and you can see it's added there. And then I will click on add, and now I'm on the custom HTML. So I will click on it, and then I will add the HTML code that I need to add. So you can see I already have this here. So I can actually use the heading. I can use the heading, and I can also leave this, so you can edit them if you want to edit them. So if you want to edit, use HTML to format your text that is here. Okay. And you can also edit. This text can be used to share information. You can edit that there. And once you do that, you can click there to save. And once you click on save, you'll see that your form has been added on the home page. So if you want to add it on a different page, you see here, up here, you have the different pages that you can edit. Okay, this represents your menu. So if you have other pages, you can add them here. So let's see if you want to add it on a new page. Maybe you want to create a new page and add the form. Let's see how you can do that. So let's go back. So here under pages, let's click on pages, and I want to add a new page. So you can see I don't have any pages, but I will click add a page, and let's call it sign up. And I can write something here. And I can click here to show HTML. And when I click to show HTML, I can paste in my Getresponse code here. So you know where to get the code. Once you create your form and publish it, you'll get the option here, and you can just copy, and then you bring that inside here. And then I will save, and then I can click here to view the page that I've just created. And you can see there we have it. Okay, there you have your form, and you can choose to come back here and edit it accordingly. Okay, so in this video you've seen how you can add the Getresponse sign-up form on Shopify. In the last video you saw how to add it on WordPress. So that's it for this. In the next video, let's continue on, and we're going to look at the other types of forms that we have on Getresponse. So I will see you in the next video. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Okay. In the last two videos, you've seen how you can embed the Getresponse form on WordPress and Shopify. In this video, let's see where you can get this code. So let's say you come back months later, once you've created the form, and you want to see where you can get this code. Let's see where you can do that and so much more. So you can go back to the form creator. This is if you want to continue editing the form, or maybe you want to change something in the form, you can click here to go back to the form creator. Or you can go to the form list. So let's assume that you're not on this page with me. You can just come here under forms and survey, and you'll click on forms and survey, and that's going to show you all your forms. First things first, if you want to get the link for this form so that you can embed it on WordPress, or you can embed it on a different site, you'll just come here on this side and you can click here, copy form code, and you'll be able to copy the code and embed it wherever you want to embed it. You can also see that on this page, on this side, you can view it online. So if you want to view the form online, you can click there to view it online. Or you can duplicate this form. If you like the design and you just want to edit a few things about the form, you can duplicate the form and use it for a different list. Maybe you're doing this for a different business. You can duplicate the form and change the list that you're working with. And I showed you how to do that under settings of the form. And also, if you don't like this form and you feel that you don't need it anymore, you can just click here to delete it. You can also delete it by clicking on the form right there. You check the form and then you delete the selected form. So if you have many forms and you want to delete many forms, you can select them one by one, or you can select them all at once and you can delete the form. So if you want to get the link for this form, this is for getting the code. This is the code that you'll use to embed the form on other websites. But if you want to get the link for the form, you can click here, and that's going to show you the link here, and you can copy that link, or even here on your browser, if you just right click, you can copy the link. Okay, my browser says copy link location. Maybe your browser will say something different. Copy link. Just copy the link and you can bring it to your browser to test it. Paste and go, and it will show you the form, and you can share that link with your subscribers on Facebook or any other social media. If you want to edit the form, you can just click here, and this will take you to editing the form. You can also edit the form by coming this side and just click on edit form. So that's pretty much it for this video. In the next video, let's come back here under create form, and we're going to create a different type of form. So you can also end up on this page by coming in here and clicking on create form. So in the next video, we're going to look at list builder apps. And the first one we want to look at is exit intent pop-up. So this is the one whereby if somebody wants to leave your website, this will be shown to them. And we're going to see how we can embed this on our website once we've done creating it. It's just the same process of embedding this one. Okay, so I will see you in the next video when we continue from here with list builder apps. If you have any questions, feel very free to let me know. I will see you in the next one. In the last couple of videos, we looked at the list builder wizard forms on Getresponse. In this video, let's look at list builder apps. And these are just quick forms that you can create and add on your site for various functionalities. Maybe you want an exit intent pop-up when people try to leave the site. Then the form will show up. You can create a sign-up box. This is just a normal form. You can create a normal form that shakes. You can create a form for people to download anything. Maybe you're giving away a free ebook. You can just create this form so that when you add the link, they sign up and they will get whatever you're giving out for free. So for each of these forms on the list builder apps, you can click here to read more about them. So if you're not already on this page, the quickest way to get here would be to go into create, then click on create form, and then you come into list builder apps. So when you click on that, you're going to have all these options. So if you don't know what any of these forms is, you can just click on the name there to see more about it, or you can start editing one right now. So if you click there, you see it shows you the kind of form that it is, and you can also learn more about it. If you want a fixed bar and you don't know what it is, you can see that's what a fixed bar is, and you can read more about it. So if you want to know anything about all these forms, just click on the name and that will show you something about the form. And if you want to edit one and start using it right now, then this is how you will do it. You just click on use app now and you can edit the form. So let's do an example with download and exit pop-up. So let's start with exit pop-up, and I will click to use the app now. That will give me the opportunity to edit my form as much as I want to. All right. So you can change the form name, give it something that you can recognize easily. As usual, every form on Getresponse must be connected to a list, so you can choose a different list. And do you want confirmed opt-in turned on? And do you want consent fields to be on? Once I'm done with this, I'm going to tell you about these consent fields. This is for you if you're marketing to people in the European zone. So if you're marketing to people who adhere to the strict guidelines of GDPR, then you have to turn this on, and you're going to see how you can add the various consent fields on your form if you're marketing to people in the EU, that is. And you can change the design here. This is how frequent it will be displayed to the same visitor when they come into your website. You can put it there to be always, and this means that every time they come in, they try to leave, it will be shown to them. This will probably be annoying, so let's just put it 7 days. So if you want to edit anything here, just click on it and you can edit it. All right. Anything you want to edit, just click on it and you can edit it. You see, this doesn't have lots of features like the other one. This is just for quick forms that you can use for various specific tasks. Like if you want to change the color for this, you can come in here and you can give it a different color. And if you want to edit the text of this, just click and edit anything in there. If you want to change this, you can put different colors. You can change all these colors for the form. If you want to change the sizes and all, you can do that there. If you want to increase the size of the form, you can do that. And this one as well, the button, you can change the colors if you want to. And you can also change the hover color. This is a color that people are going to see when they hover over the form, if they put a cursor over the form. And this, you see, you can drag this one down and you can drag this one down as well. Just click and drag an element. Maybe you don't want these elements to be like this. You can just drag it down and make it however you want the form to be. Okay. You can drag it down, drag that one up. So let's say that's it for our form, and you can edit all this as well. Okay, just double click in there and you can change that. So that's just a quick form for your exit pop-up. And what do we need to do now? We just need to save and publish. And once you save and publish, you see for this one, this is one that you have to put on your website. You can just click there to copy the form. And for this one, let's use an example of WordPress. So I'm going to come back to my WordPress website. And then I will go to the dashboard. So first of all, I have to start with a caveat here. This video is probably beyond your scope. If you don't know how to use WordPress and you don't know how to work with WordPress code. So you should probably get someone else to do this for you, because it is an easy task, but if you don't know how to do it, you won't know what to do. So the first thing that is the number one rule of WordPress is you don't ever edit the WordPress theme directly. What you need to do is you need to create a WordPress child theme. And you see you're even getting a warning here that you should never edit the WordPress theme directly. You should create a child theme. You should probably get someone else to do this for you. So let's say you want to add the code, something like an exit intent pop-up. This is something that you probably want to add throughout your website. You want to add it on all the pages. So if somebody comes in and they try to leave the page, they will see the exit intent pop-up. And the way that you can add it on all pages is by adding it on something that appears on all pages. And that is either in WordPress, that will be either the footer or the header. So let's look for header.php here, or footer.php, but normally things like this you should probably add them on the footer.php. So the first way, I'm going to show you how you can add it on the footer.php if we have it here. And you can see here we have the theme footer, so I can just click on that because that is the footer.php that we are looking for. And you can see there it's the footer.php. So as for this, I can just scroll all the way down, and just before this, okay, I can add it before this. I will put this one in there. I will add the code that we've just taken from Getresponse. In certain versions of WordPress, this functionality was removed, and you probably won't be able to edit your theme directly from here. So you will need to FTP into your server and add that code here. So if you know what that is, then you know it's easy. But if you don't know what it is, then you probably don't know what I mean by that. But first of all, try to add the code here. If you can't add it here, just do FTP into your server and then you can add it on your footer.php. All right. So once I do that, if I come into my website, so the first thing I want to do here, let me put this as always, and then I will publish again because I want to see the form every single time I try to leave the website. So you see, if I try to leave the website, it comes up for me. And if I refresh the page, and let's see if it's still showing up. Okay, so it's probably because I just made the change right now. But if I go on a different copy, if I go on a different browser, and I try to leave, once it loads, let it finish loading. If I try to leave, it shows up. You see, now this is because I've chosen to make it show always. So you can see this could be annoying for your visitors. So you should probably make this to be a different day. Maybe you show it after 7 days from the last time it was shown. So let's say that you don't have the capability to go into your WordPress and find this code. What are you going to do? What you can do is you can go back into your sidebar widgets, and we're going to add something there on the widgets. So let's see how we can add it on the widget. So I'll just come in here and I will go into widgets once again, and under widgets I want to add custom HTML. So this custom HTML, I will just add it. Let me put it on the footer, and let me just paste in the code in there. This is a Getresponse code. All right, where is the code? I have to copy the code once again from Getresponse, and I'll come back into widgets. I will paste that in there, and then I will save. And even if I reload, even though I remove the code from the footer.php, I should still be able to get my exit intent. So let's go to a private browser, Control-Shift-P on Firefox, Control-V to paste, and then I will enter, and let's see if it's going to show up for us here. Let it finish loading, and you see that it's showing up for us still. So even if you don't have the capability to go into the WordPress code, and you should probably not do that, especially if you're not using a child theme. So just ensure that you're using a child theme on your WordPress website before you make any changes, because any changes you make will be lost if you're not using a child theme. the next time you update that theme, all those changes will be lost. That's why people use child themes in WordPress. So I just wanted to show you that if you want to add any of these other forms, once you create them, you can do that as well. So let's do another form in the next video. And in the next video, we're going to do a download box. So I'm going to show you how you can add a download file, and then you're going to add this file for people to download on your website. You're going to add this form for people to download whatever it is on your site. So I will see you in the next video. So in the last video, we created an exit pop-up from Getresponse, and then we added it on WordPress. So in this video, let's create a different form. And first of all, let's go ahead and remove this because we don't want the exit intent anymore. I will remove that, and then I will save. And then I'll come back to Getresponse. And last time we created an exit intent pop-up. In this video, let's create a download box. So let's see how you can add something for people to download on your site. We want to create this download box, so I can just click here, or I can click on use app now. I will click this one. And the first thing I need is I need to add a URL for my download. Please enter the URL that directs to the file you offer for a sign up. So what will happen is as soon as people click here to get the free guide or whatever you're giving out for free, it will redirect them to this link, and if it is a downloadable item, it will get downloaded for them on their browser. So let's do an example. So one way that I've found from past experience is that avoid using things like Dropbox, because at some point they will disappoint you. Okay, I was giving away something for free on YouTube, and one day I just found that the link was showing me, I don't know whether it was 502 error, and it was because I'd used a lot of bandwidth, and they just stopped serving the file. Since that day, I just vowed, I won't use Dropbox for things like that. So if you want to give away something for free, always rely on the only person you trust, and that is you. So if you have a website, especially WordPress, you can upload the file on WordPress, and then whether it's an ebook, whether it's a zip file, you'll add the link here. And let me show you how to do that first of all. So if you go to your WordPress, and I'm here on the WordPress dashboard, I can go under media, and I can click to add new. And then when you're here, you can select a file, or you can just drop in a file. So you can add a zip file. A zip file is a compressed file, and you can also add images, you can add videos, you can add ebooks, PDFs, you can add them here, and then you'll get the link. For me, in this case, I do have a zip file, and I can give that here. So I'm going to add a zip file. So the zip file that I want to add, I can click here to go and browse for the file, or I can just drag it in here. And I'll just wait for it to finish. And once it's finished downloading, I can find it under media. So let me just show you how you can get it here under media, so that even if you want it in future, you can still find it. So you can see under media, you have all your files here, and you can search for a file. So if you have lots and lots of images and other files, you can just come in here and search for a file. You don't have to know the entire name. You can just search. Maybe you remember the name was Kotlin something. You can search for Kotlin. So that's how you can find your file. So once you download it here under your media, you will find it. Just click on it, and when you click on it, down here, you see where it says copy link. This is a link to the file. So if somebody goes to this link directly on a browser, it's going to give them the option to download it. That's how browsers work by default. So if I paste and go, you see it brings me the option to download the file or open it. And this will be the same with a PDF and ebooks. If they have apps that can open such kinds of things, then this will happen. If it is a PDF, probably it will be opened on the browser, but there will always be an option for downloading the PDF on their browser. So that's one way. So always rely on yourself. If you have WordPress, use WordPress to host your files. Don't use Dropbox. They disappointed me, and they will probably disappoint you at some point too. So I will add the link here. So that's our link. So let's say download. Let's give the form a name and call it download. And let's use this one. And you can choose to confirm opt-in. I will leave that one off, and you can add them to a cycle. This is autoresponders. If you want to create autoresponders, you can add them to a cycle. When they sign up, maybe the first day you want to send them a welcome email, the second day you want to send them another email, and so on and so forth. You can add them to a cycle right here. And you're going to see about autoresponders when we get to that section. So you can edit the form. If you want to display effect, if you want any, how do you want it to come about? Do you want it to fade in? Let's just say fade in. Display delay, say in 1 second. It will fade in 1 second. And then the display frequency for the form. Let's put it at always for this form for us, okay? Now this is going to be a pop-up as well, and you're going to see how we can add it on our WordPress. So I will save and publish. I don't want to change anything here, but if you do want to change anything, you can just click on these elements and you can edit them, okay? You can edit them. You can reduce the font, right? If you want to change the text which is there, you can do that. If you want to change that, anything you want to change in there, you can do so, all right? You want to change the colors, just click on it and you can change the colors for anything. If you hate that button color, you can give it a color that you love. You want to change the hover color as well. You can choose a color that you love. These colors look weird, but I'm just doing this for the example. So once you do that, let's just save and publish once again. And then I'm going to come in here and copy. So once I copy, I can go back to my WordPress. And you can add it on your footer.php like I showed you in the last video. Or you can just add it in your widgets. So if you come here under widgets, we can add a custom HTML, and let's add it here on the footer. Actually, let's just use the one that we had in the last video because we deleted the exit intent code. So let's paste in the code we've just copied, and then I will save that. If I come back to the front end of my web page of my WordPress website, I should receive a pop-up here. Just give it time to load. And once it loads, you'll see that the form will appear here. So it's a pop-up. So if I reload once again, let's see if it's going to show us the pop-up. And you see the pop-up comes in. So if you don't like how it comes in, you can change that here. All right. If you want it to scale up, scale down, all this, you want it to slide in, you can do that here. But we don't really care for that. We only want to test the download. Let's try to sign up into this list. I want the free whatever. And once that happens, you see this button will change to download, and we can click download. And Firefox prevented a pop-up, but we can click there to allow pop-ups. And when we allow the pop-up, you'll see that whoever has signed up can download this file. They can save it, they can open it. If it is a PDF will probably get opened on the browser and they'll get the option to download it. But either way, in this video, what we wanted to do was we wanted to see how you can set up a download form on your website. So this is just a download pop-up, and you can use this if you want to give people something for free. Then this is a nice way for lead generation. If you're giving away a free course, a free ebook, a free PDF, upload them to your website and then you add the link here, and that's a nice way for you to generate leads for yourself. So that's pretty much it for this section on list builder. We did look at this and we looked at this. So if you have any questions on this too, let me know. So I will see you in the next video when we look at this. See you then. If you have questions, feel free to let me know. Hi and welcome back to this video. In the last couple of videos, we've looked at how you can create sign-up forms in Getresponse and embed them on your site. So in this video, let's look at integration. So if you're not already on this page, just come here under create, click on create form, and then click on integration. So this one is not working for me, so I'm not going to bother with it because for some reason it's not working. The integration is not working. So we're just going to look at WordPress. So for WordPress, you can click here to learn more. So integrations will allow you to add forms to your WordPress easily. You can add them to your post pages. And if you use WooCommerce, it will allow you to collect your buyers' email addresses. The contact details will be pushed to your list. So let's go to the test website and you can download the plugin. So I will come back here and I will go into plugins and I will click on add new. And here I will search for Getresponse. And I want to choose the one by Getresponse. This is the one. So I'll just click on install now and let the plugin install. And then I can activate the plugin. So the plugin is activated and you can see it here. So let's go and connect it. Okay. So you can just click there to go and connect the plugin with your Getresponse. So the first thing you need is your API key. So I will come back here. And if you want your API key, I saw it somewhere here. So you can click on integrations and API key. And you'll just click here on API. And once you get here, you can generate a new API key and just give it a name, and I'll call mine for WordPress. And then I'll copy the key and I'll bring it back to WordPress and I will paste it in there. Once I do this, I can just click here to connect. And you can see the account has been connected. The information has been pulled from Getresponse. So if I go into one of my pages, let's say I come back here into sign up, I can come in here and if I go into blogs and I search for, let me search for Getresponse. You see, now we have this Getresponse and you can add a Getresponse form here. So once you do this, you can select the form that you created. Okay, so we're going to have two forms here because this is a form that we added manually and this is a form that we are adding now using the Getresponse plugin. So if I update and I go to view the web page, we'll have our first form and then we'll have our first form there. This is a form that has been added using the plugin, and this is the one that we added on the footer, and this is our download, and you can remove this if you want to. And if you remember, we added it on the widget, so let's go and remove it. I don't want that affecting my website, so I added it here on the footer. I'll just come in here and I will delete it, and as well I can remove one of this. Let me come back here and remove the one that I added using code. So if you want to add it manually, this is how you can add it, and I showed you how to do that. So I will remove that block and then I will update. And if I refresh the page, you'll see that you can add it there manually. You can add it on any post. Now, if you go to any post or any page, you'll just click on this plus to add a block, and then you'll search for Getresponse and you can add a Getresponse form. So that's one way of doing things. If you want to, you can see this is much cleaner and you can just add it this way. All right. If I come back to my widgets and I search here, you see we have a Getresponse form, and you can add a Getresponse form just the same way as the other one. You'll just choose a form that you already have. Okay. So you see, it makes things much easier for you. You can even remove the other one and you can add a form manually. Okay, so the forms that you build, you can add them right now using the plugin. So you can see it's very easy to use if you're using a simple WordPress theme. So this will probably have issues. People that were having issues, and based on the reviews, are probably people who are using premium themes. If you're using premium themes, you're probably going to experience problems, but you can just try it out to see if it works well. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, you can do things manually like I showed you. You can read more on this and just see what else you can do. All right. You can enable this if you want to add contacts from comments. just feel free to check out what the plugin can do for you on WordPress. You can send web event data. If you want to track your website, on your website, when you send campaigns to your customers and you want to see if they did anything on your site, you can send this data to your Getresponse and you'll be able to look at this on your Getresponse analytics reports. And also landing pages. We don't have any landing pages yet, but you can create landing pages and you can publish them something like this. So if I click on add, you see I don't have any landing pages yet. And if you need help with the plugin, you can always go to the help section and read on this, or you can contact Getresponse right here. So that's an overview of how you can connect Getresponse. Let's go back to create and click create form. Go back into integrations, and we've seen how you can integrate Getresponse with WordPress, and you'll get a bunch of features that you can use on WordPress and Getresponse. And the same is true of all these other platforms. So if you're using any of these other platforms, except for WooCommerce is just the same as WordPress. So if you're using any of these other platforms, just click to see which plugins you can download and install. Okay, so install the plugin on your Drupal, and the same thing is for PrestaShop. Download the plugin and add it in your modules on PrestaShop if you know how to use PrestaShop. If you're using PrestaShop for your e-commerce, then you will know how to do that. And the same is for Joomla as well. And for WooCommerce, this is the same plugin that you use for WordPress. This will integrate with your checkout page, and when people check out on your WooCommerce, their contacts will be added to your list, the list that you choose on your settings. So that's it for integrations, and that's pretty much it what we need to look at under forms. So if there's anything else that you still want to look at, just feel free to look for it on YouTube or on Google. So in the next video, let's see how we can create an email and send it to our subscribers. So at this point, we probably have subscribers and we want to see how we can send emails to them. That's what I will be looking at in the next video. So I will come here under email marketing, and we're going to see how we can create an email and send it to our subscriber. So I will see you in that video. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Hello and welcome back. In the last section, we looked at how you can work with forms, and we created and embedded forms on our site. In this video, let's start talking about email newsletters. So you can send emails to your subscribers. So let's click on email marketing, and this is where you will start. Or you can come here and you can create a newsletter, but let's just come back here and click on email marketing. So under email marketing, this is where you're going to have your emails, the email templates that you can send out to your list. And this is where you can also create drafts. So if you want drafts that you can use in your automations, you can use in any other thing that requires emails, you can create templates and save them as drafts, and they will show up under your newsletter drafts. I can click here on RSS to email, and these are also emails that you can set up so that you can have emails that automatically go out to your subscribers when you post something on your blog. So you can set that up here. And you can also see how the emails that you sent out are performing. If you send out any emails, you want to know how everything is working out with those emails. So let's just go back. So if you have emails or autoresponders that you've sent out, you can preload them into another list. So you can copy them to another list. Okay, that's what this is. So maybe you have emails that you sent here and you want to copy them to this list. You can do that here, and you can copy it as an autoresponder or a newsletter draft. Okay, so maybe you want to create an email and send it to a different list, and you want to use the same email that you already sent out. Maybe because it worked so well, you can just copy that email to your newsletter drafts. Okay, you can copy from a different account as well. You probably won't use this. So let's go back to newsletters here, and let's say we want to create an email newsletter. We'll continue from here in the next video, because in the next video what I want to do is I want to do a quick overview of how you can create and send email newsletters in Getresponse. So that's what we'll do in the next video. We'll just create a quick email template and send it out to our list. So I will see you in the next video. In this video, let's just see how you can create and send an email to your subscribers. If you're not already on this page, you can just click here and then come under email marketing, or you can also come to create and click on create newsletter. If you click on create newsletter, that will bring you here. And if you want to come here from this point, you can do so by clicking on create newsletter. So you can see that, and this option will bring you to this point and you can create an email newsletter. If you know HTML or you want to paste HTML code, you can do that using this, but of course you want to use the drag and drop email editor. Let's just call this email 1. So this will not be seen by your subscribers. This is just a name to help you know this email that you created. So if you want to know the email that you created and what it's about, you give it a name there. And then the subject, this is the subject that your subscribers will see. And which list do you want to use? We want to use this one. And then if you want to analyze the click-through, you can do that. You want to set up Google Analytics with this, you can do that. You can just add your Google Analytics tracking for that. If you want to do A/B testing, you can do that as well. You can create 2 email variations and then do that as well. You can share this on Twitter or on Facebook. Just click there to add the accounts. I'm not going to do any of this. And I just want to analyze the click-through. If people click any links, I want to know about it. And then I'll go to the next step. The next step is you choosing a template, and there are lots of templates that you can use here. You can use a plain text if you just want to send simple text. You can do that as well. Let's choose one template here that we can just use as an example. So I'll choose that. So there's our template, it's loaded and you can edit it. You can click on anything and edit it. So please note that I will be doing an extensive video on how you can work with email templates in Getresponse, okay? I will just be doing this so that we can see how you can send an email newsletter to your subscribers. So with this, you can change anything. You can see this is an image. You can change the image. If the image is too big, you can reduce the size. Okay, so you can see how you can edit your images, and we're going to see how we can do all this at some point. So if you want to delete anything, just hover, and when you see this, you can click there to delete. And you can change any text, just double click on it and you can change. So you can move blocks. You just hover over anything and you can move it. There. You can move any block. You can add all these other content blocks here. All right. So let's say you finish editing your email. You can also save your email as a draft, or you can save it as a template. So if you build something that you like, you can save it as a template, and you can also see how it's going to appear on mobile right here. So let's say that's all we want to do for our email, and we are ready to send it. What are we going to do? You just click there on next, and then you will choose a list. You can send to all your lists, or you can just send it to one list. So I will choose a list, and you can also create segments. If you go to your lists, you can create various segments based on searches that you make. You can exclude certain recipients. You can choose segments. Okay, we don't have any segments in our lists. You don't have any suppressions. If any emails don't deliver successfully to certain lists, to certain emails, they will be added to your suppression lists. So that's it. I've chosen the list and I can just click next step. So anything you want to edit here, message subject, if you want to edit the subject, you can click there and you will edit the subject, the from, and all these other things that we edited in the first step. And then our template, you can have a view at your template if you click on that, and you can continue to edit the template. And you can also look at this and edit it, and you can preview your email in various email clients. And then recipients, you can change who will receive this newsletter. And you can set perfect timing. So if we set perfect timing to on, it's going to find the perfect time to deliver the message to your subscribers. If you turn it off, it will just send them at the same time to everybody. You can also schedule the email, and you can schedule it to go at a certain time on a certain date. So time and date, maybe I want to send it on a Sunday. You'll just click there, 15th of next Sunday. Or you want to send it on a Monday, you click there, and then you choose the time right there. And then once you've made all the changes, you can click done. And you can change your time zone right there. And perfect timing. Perfect timing assumes the best time for the subscriber to open and view the email. And this sends the email to the subscriber in their local time. Maybe you are in a different time zone. And if you are ready with the scheduling features, you can click there to schedule, but I'm going to cancel, and I'm going to click on send. And you'll get a timer that tells you that the message is getting sent. If you don't want to send it, you can click cancel sending it. And that will be it. As soon as this timeline hits, the messages will go out to your list, the list that you choose. And you can create another newsletter. You can view the message online. Every Getresponse message has a link, and you can even share those links on social media. You can go to your newsletters to see all the newsletters that you already have sent. So I will cancel this. I don't want to send it. So if you come here under drafts, you'll find it here because we did not send it. Okay. As soon as you send it, it's going to have a link, and you can just come in and you'll find the link, the public link for that message here, and you can share it. You can even have a feed of all the links of your Getresponse email newsletters that you've sent. You can create a page on your website and just add them there. So if you have any questions, let me know. In this video, I just wanted to do a quick overview of how you can create and send a newsletter to your list. Okay, maybe you've just imported a new list and you want to send a campaign to them as soon as possible. This video has shown you how you can do that, and you can edit the template however you want. So I will see you in the next video. If you have any questions, feel very free to let me know. In the last video, we looked at how you can send email newsletters, and I did a brief overview. And if you go into drafts, you're going to see the email campaign that we didn't send out. So let me go and create a new campaign, and I will click here to create a new newsletter. Or if you want to go there directly, you can also click on create newsletter right here on the menu. So if you're not already on this page, you can just come here under menu, and then you'll click on email marketing, and this will show you all the email newsletters that you've created and sent in the past. And you can also look at the drafts by just going here, and you'll see all the drafts. These are emails that you created but did not send out, or you saved as drafts. So let's create a new newsletter, and I will click here to create a new newsletter. So we want to use the drag and drop email editor, and first of all, you can choose the list, and you can also choose this in the last step. When you're finally sending the newsletter, you will be able to change the list that you're working with. So you can give the message a name. This is the name that you will be able to recognize. If you go to email marketing and you look at the list of newsletters, this is a name that will be shown there to you. So let's give this one a new name, and we'll call it email marketing detailed. And you can give it the subject. So the subject is what will be seen by your subscribers when you send this to them. And you can also personalize it with the name. You can personalize it. So if you personalize it, you can replace anything here with a name. So let's say we want to deal with name, and you can put there welcome to my newsletter. So make sure you put this only if you have a field called name, and this field should probably be a mandatory field so that people must fill this when they sign up to your newsletter. And then you can change the from email. You can also change the reply to. So if people receive this newsletter, where should they reply to? Or you can add a new email address here. So if you have a domain-based email address, you should probably use that. If your website is bizanosa.com and you have an email, maybe ricky@bizanosa.com, you should use that and avoid using Gmail. And then distribution settings, maybe you want to share the email campaign on Twitter, Facebook. Just click there to add this account, and you can also set up your Google Analytics. You can also do A/B tests to create different versions of the same email, and this is only available in certain Getresponse packages. It's not available in all of them. So for me, the only thing I want to track is click-through. So once we're done with all that, we can click next. And then of course, the next step, you have to choose the template that you want to use. So there are a bunch of templates here, and you can just choose one of them and start editing it. You can also send a plain text. So this is, maybe you just want to write something and you don't want to use any other media content. You can just choose a plain text. If you have a template that you want to just add the code on Getresponse, you can click here on HTML editor and you'll paste in the code right there. Or you can choose to start from scratch and you'll get a design template that you can work with. And this is the one that I want us to use. So choose the design template that reflects the kind of email that you want to send out. And I'm going to choose the one column. So you can see when you choose to start from scratch, you will not have a lot of pre-designed content like in other templates. So if you want templates that you can just quickly edit, you can choose any of the other pre-designed themes on Getresponse. However, for us, we want to learn how we can create our own, and that's why I chose to start from scratch. And this will help you to learn how you can build your templates much better. It will give you much more skill in building your Getresponse templates. So throughout the next couple of videos, you're going to see how we can use all these content blocks to build our template. And in the end, we're going to have an email that we can send to our subscribers. So I will see you in the next video when we continue from here. This is where we stopped in the last video. And in the last video, we started looking at how we can design the email template in Getresponse. If you look over here, you're going to see we have basic blocks, and these are blocks that you can just drag into your template and use them to design your email. So if you want a text block, you want to add an amount of text, you can just drag this block inside here. And when you click on it, you can change things about this text block. If you want to add an image block, you can just click there and you can add it on this side. You can add it in any way that you want to. And we also have this image and text block. If you click on it, you can change various things. You can upload your image and you can just click there and you'll be able to upload an image. Click there, you'll upload your image. So if you want to separate anything here with an horizontal rule, you can do that here. If you want to add buttons, maybe a button to go and download something, you can do that there. Just add the button URL. If you want to add a link to a webinar, you can click there and you'll add the details to your webinar. So these are the basic blocks, and we also have the e-commerce blocks. So e-commerce, these are tools that Getresponse provide you to enable you to sell and market your stuff to your list. So here you have recommendations, and this is a feature available to you if you upgrade your account, and you can recommend products based on the stores that you add on Getresponse. You saw that there's a new feature in Getresponse for stores. So if you have a store, you can just add your products right there. And you can also connect PayPal and add a buy now button here. So if you add a PayPal button in your email and you send this to your subscribers, when they click on the button, it will take them to the option allowing them to purchase the product using PayPal. So if you connect PayPal, and you're going to see how to connect PayPal with your Getresponse. And if you want to share the email, you can use the social sharing features, which are available here. You can also save anything as a snippet. So if, for instance, you have this and you want to save it as a snippet so that you can use it in other emails, you can just click there and you'll save it as a snippet. So this is just a history of all the changes you've made. And if you want to go back to any, you can just click to take you back. Any block that you don't need, you can just delete a block. So for this email, let's say it's a welcome email, and we also want to give somebody access to, and I also want to give someone access to this tutorial. So what I'll do is I will use this content in designing the email template while enabling you to learn about all these available blocks. So here I can click to add an image, and you can add files, you can upload files, you can import from a URL. For me, I want to import from a URL. So let me just come here in my browser, view background image, and I will copy the link. And if I come back, I can paste the link in there. You can also upload from your computer. If you already have it on your PC, just click there to upload. Or you can drag in a bunch of images from your computer. So mine could not be imported. This is because of my web server. But I can download this. And once I download it, I can upload it. So I can just search for it on my PC. So if you have multiple files, you can just click there, add file, and then drag all of them inside here, and they will be uploaded for you. So this is the one that I want to use. Once it's been added, you can just click on it and you can change the size if you want to. Just drag this to your desired size and just hover over all these items to see what each of them does. And if you want this image to link to something, you can just click there and you'll add the URL for the image. And if you want to change the image, just click this image icon and you'll be able to use a different image. So in the next video, let's come back again here and we're going to add text. So let me delete. I will just hover over this one and I will delete that content block. So let's continue on in the next video. This is where we stopped in the last video. In this video, let's add a text block right here. So I will drag the text block here and I can give this a title. So if you want to change the size of anything, you can just select it and you can increase, you can change the font. Let's say I want to add a button to this tutorial. So what I can do is I'll just click the button there and drag it to this side. And I can also increase the width of the button. And if I just click on the button, I will be able to add a URL. So maybe you're giving it out for free. So let's come back here and we can copy the link from here. And I will paste a link. So if you're giving out anything for free, whether it's a PDF, you can just add the link like this. And I also showed you how you can upload your files to your WordPress website. And if you want to change the text on your button, just click there and you can change this text. So if I want to have more space there, I can create space just by adding paragraphs within here. And if I click enter, that will give us some space. So maybe that's all you want for your welcome email. It could be something as simple as this. And this is what you can send. When they receive the email, they can choose to join or download whatever you're giving out for free. So if you want to give out a download item, you can see if I click on this, it doesn't give me a way to link to a file that is already on my Getresponse account. What can you do in this case? I showed you how you can upload a file to WordPress, and if you didn't watch that video, just go back and watch how you can upload files to WordPress. And when you get the link from your WordPress file, you can put the link here. Maybe it's a free ebook that you're giving away. You can add the free link right here. If you don't have a WordPress website, or you have any other website that doesn't allow you to upload your own files, you can use a different service for this. You can use, some people use Dropbox. I don't recommend Dropbox. You can use Google Drive. So just go to google.com right now and search for Google Drive, and then you can log in to your Google Drive account. And if you don't have an account, as long as you have a Gmail account, you can just click and it will be created for you automatically. Okay, search for Google Drive, and once you get to Google Drive, you can upload your files in here. So you can even group them based on folders. So you can create a new folder and maybe call it Getresponse Stuff. And you can go inside of this folder. If you double click on it, just drag in files inside here. So let's say, for instance, I come to my computer and I can just drag any file inside here, and it will get uploaded to your Google Drive. And if you right click on the file, you can choose to get a shareable link. So once you get the shareable link, you can just come in here and click on share. Anyone with the link can view. You can change all that here. Can edit, can comment, can view, all this. But of course you want can view. This will allow them to download the file. Then you can just copy the link to the file. Come back to your Getresponse and you can add the link anywhere. If you want to add the link to just a group of text, like let's say download, so you'll just select the text and then you'll click on the hyperlink icon, and then you'll add the URL to the file. You can give it a title. This is just what people will see when they hover over this. So if somebody goes there and hovers, that's what they'll see. So if this is all you want for your email, you can first of all send yourself a test and send yourself a test message just to see how the email is going to appear for your subscribers. So let's assume that for the first part, that's all the design we want to do for our welcome email. So if you have a longer email that markets a specific item or that is trying to convey a specific message, then your email will probably be much longer than this, and you can use images to portray your information so that it is easily readable. For me, this is all I want to design for this first email. So in this case, what I can do is you can click to save it as a draft, or you can save it as a template. And when you save it as a template, you can reuse it when you go to choose the section about templates. So when you're designing a new email newsletter, you will get to the point where you have to choose a theme, and there you will see this template available for you to choose. And you can also choose to save it as a draft, and you can use it for other emails, other automations, and any other email marketing stuff that is available in Getresponse. So you can also see how the email will supposedly appear on mobile devices. So in the next video, we're going to create another email, and in that email, we're going to see how we can use the PayPal button. So I'm going to connect Getresponse to PayPal using the PayPal button feature in Getresponse, and then in the email, I'm going to add the button. So for this, let's assume that this is all we want to do, or maybe you want to add sharing options for people. So when they receive this, they can share it on these social platforms. So I'll just click next, and you can choose a list. And I will choose next again. If you want to edit any of these other items, feel free to do so. You can send the email right away, or you can schedule it. For me, I don't want to do any of this, so I will just exit. So if you want to see the email that we've just saved, you can come here under drafts and you'll see it here, and you can reuse it if you want to. If you want to reuse it, you'll just come this side and you'll choose edit, and this will allow you to edit this and then resend it to your list. So that's it for this video. In the next video, we will create a new email, and we're going to see how we can use the PayPal button in Getresponse. So I will see you in that next video. Hi and welcome back. So this is where we stopped in the last video, and in the last video you saw how you could create an email marketing welcome email. And if you didn't watch that video, go back, because I showed you how you can add a download file if you want to provide a free download link. So in this video, we're going to see how we can create a new email template, and then we're going to add a PayPal button in the template just to see how it works. So the first thing I want to do is I want to integrate Getresponse with my sample PayPal account. So I will click to integrate. So I'll just click under integrations and API. So come here and then click on integrations and API. If you scroll down, so you can connect with all of this, but we are interested in PayPal buttons. So I will click there, and to integrate this, you need to log into your PayPal account and get APIs. Okay, so if I click here to connect, look at the instructions that have been provided here to get your API username, API password, and API signature. So first, let me go into my sample PayPal account. If you come back here, you'll see that this is only available if your PayPal account is a business account or a premier account. So here I've logged into my PayPal and mine is a personal account. So what I'll do is I can choose to upgrade this to a business account, and if I click on the gear icon, it will give me that option to upgrade to this. So this is a sample account. I hope there won't be any issue in trying to upgrade it to a business account. So fill in all the relevant information here that you're asked. So for this, I'll just choose upgrade the account, add all the relevant information, and then click agree and continue. So once you've successfully set up your PayPal as a business account, to get your API credentials, so all of this can be found here. If you come here under tools and you go into all tools, and then you come down to integrate PayPal, you can choose to open API credentials down here. And then the one that you want is the one which is down here, the one with classic. So you're going to manage API credentials. And if you haven't been here before, you're probably going to get requested for an access key, which will be sent to your phone or email. So just use that and then you'll get to this page. And if you don't already have any API keys set up, you'll land on this page and you can set them up. So you'll just choose the first one, request API signature, agree, and submit. And you can choose to show. So API username, you paste that there. Click to show and then paste all of them in here, and then you click on add PayPal account. So I'm going to do that as well. And then once the PayPal is integrated, we're going to see how we can connect it, how we can use it in our email template in the next video. So once you click on show and then you copy and paste them back to Getresponse, you'll see that your PayPal button is connected. So let's just see how this is going to show up in the email. Let me click on it to edit it. Next. And if we come down to e-commerce, you see now our PayPal button can be used within our email. So for you to use it, of course, you're going to need to set up various products in PayPal, and we'll see how to do that in the next video. Okay. Right now, we don't have any buy now buttons that are set up on PayPal, and we're going to see how you can do that in the next video, so that if you want to sell your products using the buy now button, you can do that in Getresponse. So in this video, you've seen how you can connect your PayPal to your Getresponse so that you can get the PayPal button in your email template, so that you can use the PayPal buy now button in your email. And for you to use it, you're going to need to create products in PayPal, and you'll see how you can do that in the next video. So I will see you in the next video. Hi and welcome back. In the last video, you saw how you could integrate PayPal with Getresponse. You click on that, you can see the details of your integration. So also, if you go back to your integrations and you scroll down, you're going to see that you have this option for PayPal notifications and you have PayPal payments. So PayPal notifications is for you if you just want to add subscribers to your list. You can just click here to set this up with any of your Getresponse lists. And then PayPal payments, this will work on Getresponse with your sales auto funnel. So if you set up the auto funnel here, you can connect PayPal to Getresponse, and then you can accept payments via PayPal and debit and credit cards. So for this one, you don't really need to have the PayPal business. You just need a PayPal account. So if you have an active PayPal account, you can just click here and then click to connect. And then you'll be requested to log in to your PayPal. Let's see how you can work with the buttons. So if you have PayPal buttons connected to your Getresponse account, you still need to add products on PayPal. So PayPal buttons is a way for you to sell, is an easy way for you to sell. Even if you don't have a website, you can just go to PayPal and then you can create different products using PayPal buttons, and then you can just share the link to those PayPal buttons, and when people go to those links, they can purchase whatever it is that you're selling. So to set up your first product, you can go under tools and then you go into all tools, and then under all tools where it says PayPal buttons, you can click to open this, and here you can see that PayPal already has sample buttons that you can just edit to match your product. So you can click to edit the product. You can view the code for this. You can create a new button. Let's say we click to view the code. So this is what you would take, okay? This is a code that you'd take and you'd embed this on a web page somewhere, and this will allow people to just click on this and the purchase will be done via PayPal. Or if you want to use it in an email, so this is if you're going to use it in a website, but if you're going to use it in an email, you can just take this link, and if people click on this link, they will see this and they can purchase whatever it is that you're selling. So let's go back, and we want to create our own products on PayPal. So I can just click any of this and I can click create a new button. And here you can choose the type of button. You can choose a buy now, a donation, or a subscription. So we'll choose buy now, and let's call the item name. Copy. And then you can paste that in there. And you can give the item an ID, and you give it a price, and you look at the supported currencies. You can use any of the currencies which is supported here by PayPal. And then you can customize your button. Currently, this is how the button will look like. So you can add a drop down. So this is, if I click here, this is one that will have a price. And you can also have one with just the different items that you're selling. Maybe you're selling different shirts. There are different colors. You can choose black, white, blue, or whatever. All of that you can choose here. Or you can just add a text field if maybe you're selling hats and the hats can be customized, or the shirts. You can add something like this so that people can add what they want to be customized on their shirt or plate or whatever. So for us, we're just going to leave the one which is there as it is. And then shipping, you can add the shipping price. You can add tax, but for me, this will be a download item, so I'm not really going to add any of this. And you can click to customize the button. You can use a smaller button. You can change the language. You can change this to pay now or buy now. I prefer buy now. And then you can use your own button. If you have it uploaded somewhere, just add the link to the button and it will be shown to your customers when they go to this link. And then I'll leave the rest as there. And for inventory, I don't really need to track inventory. I will just leave that as it is. And for this one, we need to add some links here. For example, when a customer cancels a checkout, maybe you want to show them a page with a discount, you can add that there. Or you want to show them an alternative, you can add the link there. Or you want to take customers to this URL when they finish the checkout. So for me, this is something that I would need to do because for me, this is a download item. So I will take them to this link and tell them, once you buy the item, you will receive a download link in your email. You will receive a download link in your email, and you can set this up with Getresponse as well. So let's say that this is the link for people. Once they finish their purchase, the instructions will be on this page. So when they make the purchase, they will be redirected to this page. So with all that, I can just click on create button, and that will create our first product in PayPal. So if I have a website, I can put this on the sidebar of my website. I can share this link. So just note that this only gives you the capability to handle the payment. So if you want to add descriptions for the product, you're going to have to add them manually where you are embedding this code. Okay. So if you embed this code on your website, before you add this, just put an image of the product, a description of the product, and then you paste in this. And that is the same for this one as well. Just with that, we can say that we're done with this. If you want to create another one, you can click here to create a similar button, or we can just go to saved buttons. And you can see now our product is here. So you can use this on your website. You can share the link to your subscribers and they will get the pay now button for this product. And if we come back here and we go under drafts. So before I end the video, let me just do this. I can go into one of these email drafts and just click next. And then if I go under e-commerce and I drag in our PayPal, let's drag it down there. And I click on it. You'll see our product is here. Okay. So the product we've just created on PayPal will be here. So if people click on this link, they will be able to buy the product using their PayPal account. So that was the point of this PayPal button. So you can create many more. You can create many more products if you want to. And then you can see here, you can add an image of the product, a description of the product, and just give them this button here so that they can use it to make the purchase. Once you add a description for the product and try to encourage them to buy the product. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. In this video, what we've done is we've just seen how you can set up products on your PayPal, and you can create different products. You can create buy now buttons, you can create subscriptions, and even if you want donations, you can ask donations in this manner using PayPal. So that's it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Hi and welcome back. In the last video, you saw how you could create a PayPal product. So we used the PayPal buy now button to create a product, and you can create all these others, okay? And you also saw how you could use that button in your email template in Getresponse. So when people click on this, when they receive this email, it will take them to PayPal and they can sign in and buy the product. So in this video, let's end this section by creating an email for this. So we want to create an email for this, and we're going to add a button. When somebody clicks on that button, it will take them to PayPal and they can purchase the product. So note that when people click on this button, it will directly take them to log in to PayPal, okay? So that's something you should know. It will not take them to the product page where they can view the product. So let's quit out of this. Just click on the exit button there. And we can click create, and we want to create a new newsletter. And the newsletter will be for this one. So we'll create drag and drop email editor, and we want to use any list, and message name, I'll just give it the same message name, and the subject, I will also give it that subject, and then I'll just click next step. And then for this, I'm going to choose, let's choose start from scratch, and I will click on the one column layouts, and I'll just choose this one. So I'll just delete that, and I want to add this there. If you want to add anything in your pre-header, you can do that. View this email online, and this will take people to the link on a browser where they can read this email. Let's drag in this, and we can increase the font of this one. I can just copy the items from here and paste inside here, and I will paste so once you write your sales pitch there to encourage people to buy whatever it is you're selling, you can tell them to click and then down here we can add our button. So go under e-commerce, and then we're going to add the button down there, and we want it to be full width, and here we can just choose Audacity tutorial, and we can change the color of the button. So once they make this purchase, it will be up to you to set up an email or a checkout page with the link for this download. So in PayPal, where we said once they make a purchase, you can redirect them. You can redirect them to a page with the download link for whatever you're selling as a download. And if it is a physical product, then you'll just give them the instructions on what to do, or you'll just tell them to wait for the shipment, and you can add the shipment details in PayPal. And if this is all you want to do, then that's pretty much it. You can just click there. You can save this as a draft, and then you can set up automations based on this. Okay, so when we get to automations, you're going to see how you can use your drafts or any emails that you've created before in your automations. Or if you want to send this right away, you can just click there, next step, and then you can send it to a particular list, or you can send it to all your lists. But it's much better to do this using automations, because you can just send an item telling people to buy and expect them to buy. You have to at least warm them up. You tell them about other things. Maybe you teach them how to improve the audio. You just give them tips here and there about whatever it is you're selling. Maybe you're selling a computer RAM. You tell them the benefit of the speed of speeding up the computer, what they can do to upgrade their PCs and things like that. And then in a final video, you can send an email that urges them to buy a particular product from you. That's much better than just sending a buy now email. This will probably not work. No one is going to buy from you immediately unless they already know you and they trust you. So you have to build some trust before you can sell anything to your audience. So here you can choose to schedule or send it now, but I don't want to do this, so I'm just going to click on exit, and that is going to end this section on email newsletters. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. So if you come here, and you'll see that we haven't sent any email newsletter. That's why all these emails are not showing. But if you go under drafts, you're going to see all the emails that we've created so far. And if you want to send any of them, you can just click on it. You can just click on it to edit it, and you'll get the option to send it out. So that's it for this section on email marketing. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know.